It was 3:47 a.m. on a cold Detroit morning when Katt Williams heard something that made him stop dead in his tracks. He was walking back to his hotel after his late-night show at the Fox Theater, taking his usual route through the quiet downtown streets to clear his head, when he heard a woman crying. The sound was coming from the stairwell of a rundown apartment building. Most people would have kept walking, but Katt had learned long ago that some of life's most important moments happen when you choose to stop instead of keep moving. "Mom," he called out softly, approaching the dimly lit entrance. "You okay?" A young woman emerged from the shadows, holding a sleeping toddler in her arms. She was maybe 28 years old, wearing scrubs that suggested she worked in healthcare, and her eyes were red from crying. When she recognized him, her expression shifted from embarrassment to disbelief. "Oh my God, you're Katt Williams," she whispered, trying not to wake her child. "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to." "Don't apologize for having emotions," Katt said gently. "What's your name?" Angela Martinez. "And this is my daughter, Sophia." She looked down at the sleeping 3-year-old in her arms. We're having a really hard time right now." Katt noticed the eviction notice taped to the apartment building's glass door behind her. The pieces were starting to come together. "You live here?" Angela nodded, fresh tears starting to fall. "For now, until tomorrow. I got the final notice today. We have to be out by noon." "What happened?" Angela took a deep breath, bouncing Sophia gently as she stirred. "I work as a nurse's aide at Detroit Medical Center. Been there for 4 years, but my ex-husband, Sophia's father, he was supposed to help with rent and childcare. When he moved to California 6 months ago, without telling us, I had to put Sophia in daycare, which costs $800. Between that and my student loans, I couldn't keep up." Katt listened intently. He could see this wasn't someone looking for a handout. This was someone drowning despite doing everything right. "How much do you owe?" 3 months' rent. "I've been trying to catch up, but every time I get close, something else happens. Last month, Sophia got sick, and I had to take unpaid leave. The month before, my car broke down." Angela's voice cracked. "I work 50 hours a week taking care of other people, and I can't even take care of my own daughter. Where were you planning to go tomorrow?" "I don't know. My mom lives in Texas, but I can't afford bus tickets. I've been sitting here for 2 hours trying to figure it out." She looked at Sophia's sleeping face. "She doesn't understand why we have to leave. Yesterday she asked if we were going on an adventure." Katt felt something stir in his chest. He thought about his own mother, who had worked multiple jobs to keep a roof over their heads when he was growing up. He thought about all the nights she'd sat at the kitchen table, calculator in hand, trying to make the numbers work. "Angela, what if I told you that you and Sophia could stay?" "What do you mean?" "I mean, what if someone paid your back rent and gave you a chance to get back on your feet?" Angela stared at him. "Mr. Williams, I can't ask you to." "You're not asking. I'm offering." Katt pulled out his phone. "What's your landlord's name?" "Mr. Hernandez." "But it's almost 4 a.m. Then we'll wait until morning. But first, let's get you and Sophia somewhere warm." Katt walked Angela and Sophia to his hotel, where he booked them a room for the night. The next morning, at 8 a.m. sharp, he was on the phone with the building manager. "Mr. Hernandez, this is Katt Williams. I understand you have a tenant named Angela Martinez, who's behind on rent." "Yes, but who is this really?" "I'm serious. I'm the comedian. I was in town for a show last night. I met Angela, and I want to pay her back rent, and next month's rent too. Can you meet us at the building in an hour?" An hour later, Angela found herself standing in the building manager's office, watching in disbelief as Katt Williams wrote a check for "This covers your back rent plus next month." Katt explained to Angela, "But I want you to promise me something. Anything. I want you to use this breathing room to get ahead, not just stay afloat. What would you need to really turn things around?" Angela thought for a moment. "Honestly, I've been trying to finish my nursing degree. I only need 12 more credits, but I can't afford the tuition while working full-time. If I could become an RN, I'd make almost double what I make now." "How much is tuition?" $4,800 for the remaining credits. Katt looked at Mr. Hernandez. "You mind if we use your office for a few more minutes?" After the building manager left, Katt sat down across from Angela. "I'm going to pay for your nursing school too." Mr. Williams, I can't let you do this. This is too much. Angela, let me tell you something. Success isn't just about making money. It's about using that money to create more success for other people. You're not a charity case. You're an investment. What do you mean? I mean, I believe you're going to finish that nursing degree, get a better job, provide a better life for Sophia, and someday help other people the way I'm helping you now. That's not charity, that's multiplication. Angela started crying again, but these were different tears. I don't know how to thank you. Don't thank me yet. Prove me right. Over the next 18 months, Angela did exactly that. She enrolled in an accelerated nursing program, taking evening classes while continuing to work. Sophia started at a better daycare near Angela's workplace. Slowly but surely, their life began to change. Katt stayed in touch, checking in every few months. He sent Sophia birthday presents and graduation gifts when Angela completed each semester. When Angela finally passed her nursing boards, Katt flew back to Detroit to attend her pinning ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Angela said during her speech at the ceremony, 18 months ago, I was sitting in a stairwell with my daughter, facing eviction and homelessness. Today, I'm standing here as a registered nurse, because a stranger chose to see potential instead of problems. She looked directly at Katt, who was sitting in the front row. Katt Williams didn't just pay my rent. He invested in my future and my daughter's future. But more than that, he taught me that success is a responsibility, not just a reward. After the ceremony, Angela introduced Katt to her colleagues and professors. This is the man who changed our lives, she said proudly. But Katt had one more surprise. He pulled out an envelope and handed it to Angela. What's this? Open it. Inside was a contract. I'm starting a foundation to help single parents finish their education. Katt explained. I need someone to run, someone who understands what it's like to struggle, but also knows what it takes to overcome. The salary is $65,000 a year, plus benefits. You interested? Angela looked at the contract, then at Sophia, who was playing with the other children at the reception. You're offering me a job? I'm offering you a partnership. We're going to help other people the way I helped you, but instead of just writing checks, we're going to create a whole support system, child care assistance, tutoring, career counseling, the work. 6 months later, the Angela Martinez Foundation for Single Parent Education had helped 47 people complete their degrees and find better jobs. Angela had become a sought-after speaker, telling her story at conferences and universities across the country. But the moment that meant the most to Katt came on a random Tuesday evening. He was in Detroit for another show, and he stopped by Angela's apartment to visit. The same apartment where he'd first met her, but now it was filled with Sophia's artwork, Angela's nursing awards, and photos of the families they'd helped through the foundation. Uncle Katt, Sophia, now 5 years old, ran up to hug him. She had started calling him that months ago, and he'd never corrected her. Hey baby girl, how's kindergarten? Good. Mommy says you're the reason we have our nice home. Katt looked at Angela, who was smiling from the kitchen. What do you tell her? I tell her the truth, Angela, that sometimes angels look like comedians, and miracles happen when good people choose to help instead of just walk by. Later that evening, after Sophia had gone to bed, Angela and Katt sat on her small balcony, looking out over the Detroit skyline. I still can't believe this is my life, Angela said. Believe it. You earned it. Can I ask you something? Why did you stop that night? Really? Katt was quiet for a moment. Because I've been where you were. Not exactly the same situation, but I know what it feels like to work as hard as you can and still feel like you're failing. When I was coming up, there were people who could have helped me but chose not to, and there were a few who did choose to help, and they changed everything. So you pay it forward. I multiply it forward. There's a difference. Paying it forward is giving someone what you got. Multiplying it forward is giving someone the tools to give to others. Angela smiled. Is that why you had me start the foundation, instead of just helping me find a regular nursing job? Exactly. Now instead of me helping one person, you and I are helping dozens of people, and someday those people will help others. That's how change really happens. As Katt prepared to leave, Angela walked him to the door. You know, she said, Sophia asked me yesterday if you were her daddy. What did you tell her? I told her you're better than that. I told her your family we chose. Katt smiled. And what did she say? She said, good, because I love Uncle Katt more than pizza, and that's a lot. They both laughed as Katt walked back toward his hotel. He thought about that night 18 months ago, how easily he could have kept walking, how different Angela and Sophia's lives would be right now if he had. But more than that, he thought about how different his own life was, because he had stopped, because sometimes the person you think you're saving ends up saving you right back. The Angela Martinez Foundation now operates in 12 cities. Angela has become one of the most respected advocates for single parents in the country, and Sophia, who's now 7, wants to be a nurse like her mom when she grows up. But she also wants to help people like Uncle Katt does, because that's what family does. They take care of each other and help others do the same.